So if you haven't already, go ahead and just find a comfortable seat where you can connect with your breath for a moment. And most of you, I just sent an email with the Zoom link and just gave you kind of a preview of my intention for today, which is really to give you a little bit of space right now to really sense what your intention is or what your inner reflection or prayer for yourself is right now. Sometimes that has to do with what motivates you to show up, to practice together. Might have something to do with whatever flavor of connection this practice offers you. You might not really know, so anything goes. Just take a moment, make a little space inside, connect with your breath. As I said, often for me, the prayer, the reflection, the mantra is really, may I know myself, care for myself, really love myself in these moments. And just try to let that be the most important thing. So as you're breathing, if you're able to breathe in and out through your nose, just touching that quality of breath that comes through the nose, maybe with a little bit of a constriction in the back of the throat. And as you're breathing, you might even feel down into the belly and maybe down into the pelvic floor. With your exhalation, potentially you could imagine knitting together that pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones, and drawing in below navel. You might release that on the inhale and then re-engage it on the exhale. You can explore that. You might end up maintaining some of that engagement with the inhale and the exhale. And so these are just touchstones. Ways that you can bring attention back, really refine awareness if it gets scattered or distracted. So with your next exhale, just let your head bow, let your chin drop to your chest. And if your eyes were closed, you can blink your eyes open and just take in your surroundings with your eyes. And go ahead and lift your gaze forward and let's lie down on our backs. We're gonna start, as we've been starting a lot lately, with a little bit of a reclined stretching and kind of midline connecting. So go ahead and lie down on your back. And when you get there, hug your knees into your chest and maybe just give yourself a hug. Sometimes the movements that we make on our mat are actually embodied gestures of our intention or our prayer or reflection. So if hugging your knees in, rocking gently conveys that message, just savor that for a moment. And then let's stretch the legs out onto the floor in front of you, hug the legs together, interlace the fingers, reach the arms overhead, and then come back to some subtlety. So stay focused. Knit together, pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones. Draw in below the navel. See if you can broaden the back of the pelvis without flattening the lower back. Take a full breath, lengthening inhale. And then exhale, both knees coming into the chest again. So we're going to reach both legs up to the ceiling. It's okay if they can't be straight. Just reach them up. Arms reach overhead with palms touching. So right here, hug the legs together. This is kind of almost the same shape as downward facing dog, but hug the legs together. Deepen the creases at the top of the thighs as you draw in below the navel. Can you do both at the same time? Lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, inhale. And then as you exhale, hover your left leg and lift and reach to the right. Inhale, lie down, squeeze the left leg up to meet the right leg. And then exhale, lift and reach to the left. Continue, inhale, squeeze together, lie down. Exhale, lift and reach to the right, hovering left leg. Inhale, squeeze together, arms reach overhead. Exhale, lift and reach to the left. Inhale, squeeze together, lie down. We're going to do this again, but slow it down. Exhale, lift and reach to the right. Stay here. Lengthen your legs, deepen that belly down. Another exhale here. And then inhale, lie down, squeeze the left leg up. Exhale, lift and reach to the left, hovering the right leg. Stay here, lengthen the legs. Reach a little more as you exhale. And then squeeze the legs together, lie down again. One more slow round each side. Exhale, lift and reach to the right. Stay here, lengthen the legs, draw the navel down. Reach further as you exhale. And then inhale, lie down, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, lift and reach to the left. So lengthen the legs, reach through the legs, inhale. Deepen the navel down, reach further as you exhale. Inhale, lie down, squeeze the legs up. Exhale, let the knees bend, hug into the chest. I'm going to place the soles of the feet on the floor. I'm going to keep my arms for now just relaxing on the floor overhead, but any position of the arms that's comfortable here works. Inhale, lift the hips up into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Exhale, stay here. So sensing again and again with the breath, refining that attentiveness in the present moment, staying focused on your intention. Can you embody it in some way? What would that feel like? Take another inhale here, and then exhale, lower down. We'll just do two more. Inhale, lifting right back up. Stay here, exhale, just refining awareness of the breath, maybe feeling the back of the throat, the belly, the pelvic floor, and then a little more space, a little more sweetness. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do that one more time. Lift right back up as you breathe in. Just using the contraction in the backs of your legs and your glutes to open the space in the front of your body. Take another inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down. We're going to take the feet as wide as the yoga mat, turn the toes away from each other, and tip the knees to the right, like whichever's like we often do. And you'll just kind of feel that rotating of the left hip bone up a little bit, deepening the crease of the left thigh and the right thigh, and then opening that whole left side of the body. Let your head and shoulders soften. Inhale and exhale. Another full cycle of breath, please. Is it possible to soften, to be a little bit more grounded right here? Really savoring these moments when it's easy to do so. Let's inhale, rise back onto the soles of the feet, and then tip the knees to the left. So tipping knees to the left, opening that whole right side, and breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, sensing that spaciousness of the right side, that heaviness in the back of the head, the backs of the shoulders. So just the right amount of effort, really that quality of uprightness, wakefulness. One more exhale. Inhale back to center. And then we're going to rise up onto our hands and knees. So you can hug your knees in, rock yourself up, and onto your hands and knees. So we're going to flow pretty vigorously. A lot of the movements will be familiar. Some of them will be a little bit different. Just do your best, stay with your breath. Let's start right here, stretching the right leg straight back behind you and lengthening through that right leg. Can you find your midline here, ground into your hands? Let's reach the left arm forward. So we're just reaching the right leg back, the left arm forward, getting longer. As you exhale, bend that right knee, reach that left hand back, and maybe connect the hand and foot together. And then inhale, pull the shin back. Exhale, push the foot up and soften the left shoulder a little bit. Take another full exhale here. And then inhale, reach the arm forward, the leg back. Exhale, bring the hand down. Take the right leg over to the left side and look over your left shoulder. So moving into a side stretch here. Hug the legs together, draw in below the navel. Take another exhale. And then inhale, reach that right leg straight back. This time, pull the knee to the nose, curling in, bowing the head to the knee as you exhale. Inhale, reaching that right leg back. Exhale, bringing the knee down to tabletop. Let's do the other side, left leg back. Pause and just lengthen. So the inner thigh is lifting, the leg is reaching back. Add the right arm reaching. So right arm reaching forward, left leg reaching back. Take another inhale, lengthening from the inside. And then bend the knee, reach the hand back, maybe grab the foot. Pull the shin back as you inhale. Push the foot up and soften the right shoulder as you exhale. Take another full breath here. Exhale all the way down to the low belly. And then inhale, reach and lengthen opposite directions. Exhale, right hand down, left foot over to the right side, looking over your right shoulder, drawing in below the navel. Take another full exhale here. And then inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, curling, pulling knee to nose, bowing head to knee. Inhale, reaching back again. Exhale, both knees on the floor. Let's touch our forearms down for forearm plank, as we've been doing. So forearms to the floor, step the feet back. Ground into the elbows, lift through the inner thighs, and get longer from the armpits to the hip creases, from the crown of the head to the heels. Take another full inhale here, another full exhale, and then we're gonna roll onto our right forearm for forearm side plank, left hand to hip, maybe left arm reaching up and overhead. Hug the legs in, draw in below the navel. See if you can reach a little bit more with your left arm. One more exhale. Inhale, back to forearm plank. Exhale onto the left side, forearm side plank on the left side, opening up, maybe right arm reaching up, maybe reaching overhead. Take a full, deep, spacious breath. One more exhale. Inhale, come back to forearm plank. Exhale, lower the hips down. Round the elbows, broaden the collarbones, draw in below the navel into Sphinx pose. Maybe you lift your elbows up and come into cobra. Take another full inhalation, and then exhale, lower down and rest. 2 full breaths. Come back to that intention. Right? What is your prayer, your reflection for yourself today? Perfectly okay to rest in the space of not knowing, just listening. Let's take another exhale. Let's rise back into forearm plank. We're gonna do all that one more time. Tuck the toes, lift back up. So just let this be an opportunity to really reach down into the ground, to feel that connection, and then expand from it as you breathe. Take another full breath, inhale. Another full breath, exhale. Right side, forearm side plank. As you inhale, lift up, maybe the left arm reaches overhead. Firm that right shoulder onto the back. Lengthen and reach through the left arm. Let's take another full exhale here, drawing in below navel. And then inhale back to forearm plank. Exhale onto the left side. Opening up to the left side, grounding left elbow, right arm reaching overhead. Full deep breath. Feel the breath in the back of the throat, the belly, the pelvic floor. One more exhale. And then inhale back to forearm plank. Exhale, lower the hips down. Grounding the legs, drawing in below the navel. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe the elbows lift, maybe not. Take another full breath. And then exhale, just resting. When you rest, let that be a moment to remind yourself of your intention, or to just listen deeply. You can start with the breath, the sound, the sensation, the movement. Let's take one more exhale. And then we're going to rise from our bellies, either into high plank or tabletop. So if you're coming all the way into plank, lift from your midline. So you come all the way up in one piece, and then exhale either downward dog or child's pose. Somewhere that you can reconnect with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. See if you can pedal out your feet, your legs, find that connection of the breath to the back of the throat, the belly, the pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones. So the next thing we're going to do, you can either do it from tabletop or downward dog. If you're in downward dog, you're going to take that left hand and reach for the right leg, maybe the ankle, and look under the right armpit. If you're in tabletop, you're threading the needle, left arm reaching under. Take a few deep breaths, reaching through that right arm drum in below navel, lifting from the hip creases up to the ceiling as you anchor yourself with the sitting bones. Take one more exhale here, and then take your time releasing that left arm, whether you're on your hands and knees or in downward dog, and switching sides. Switching sides, rotating into twist, either way, finding your breath. Hip creases lifting, sitting bones dropping, finding that length to the belly. One more exhale. And then inhale, reach your right arm out. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Let's bring the feet to the hands, hug the legs in, come halfway up with the inhalation. And then bow all the way down with the exhalation, all the way down, heavy head, light belly. Let's stand up, lift the arms, and look up, inhale. And just bring the arms down, exhale. So coming into standing. Standing at the top of your mat, just pause and find your feet grounding you. Hug your legs together a little bit. And feel the sound, the sensation, the movement of that breath from the back of the throat to the low belly to the pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones knitting together. Let's take an inhale and lift the arms, maybe lean back a little bit and look up. And then exhale, bow all the way down over the limbs. Hugging and lengthening, looking up, inhale. Fingertips down, step the right foot back, exhale. So we're going to sink the hips and broaden the collarbones, inhale. Squeeze the legs together, lift below the navel, bow the head to the knee, exhale. Same thing again, inhale, sink the hips, broaden the collarbones, look up. Exhale, squeeze together, curling, rounding, bowing the head. Again, one more time, inhale, sinking, lengthening, broadening, looking up. This time, exhale, palms down, push the left foot back into one-legged plank. Inhale here, exhale, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always personalize these vinyasas, doing more, doing less. Really just see what you can do to stay grounded with the breath and connected to your intention, your aspiration. Let's take a full deep breath, lengthening inhale. Grounding exhale. Take a big breath in, reach that right leg up and back. Reach it up and back, inhaling. And then pull that right foot forward, place it between the hands up on the left toes. Same thing again. Inhale, sink and lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the legs, hollow out the belly, bow the head to the knee. Inhale, sink and lengthen, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, squeeze, curl, and bow to the knee. Again, lengthening with the inhale. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, folding over the legs. Hugging in, coming halfway up, inhale. Exhale, bowing all the way down. Inhale, rising all the way up, lift the arms and look up. Let's fold right back down. Exhale, one more just like that. Inhale, lengthening, hugging and broadening. Exhale, fingertips down, left foot back. Sink the hips, lift the chest, look up, inhale. Like cat-cow, squeeze the legs together, hollow out the belly, bow the head, exhale. Inhale, sinking, lengthening, expanding. Exhale, squeezing, curling, bowing. One more lengthening breath as you inhale. And then palms down, push the right foot back to one-legged plank as you exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, push the heel up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full deep breath right here. Just connect for a moment. Start with the sound, the sensation, the movement of the breath, really to just gather and focus your attention. Sensing whatever flavor of connection this practice awakens in you, or just listening. Let's take one more exhale. Left leg reaching up and back. As you inhale, really big reach with the left leg. And then exhale, pulling the left foot forward between the hands up on the right toes. Inhale, sink and lengthen, look up, broad chest. Exhale, squeeze and curl and bow the head. Again, inhale, sink the hips, lengthen, lift the chest up. Exhale, squeeze and curl and bow again. One more lengthening breath as you inhale. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, hugging legs, lengthening, looking up. Exhale, bowing all the way down again. Let's rise, reach, and look up. Inhale, maybe a little bit of leaning back. And then arms to your sides. Exhale. So we're going to do 2 rounds around the mat, the Mandala Namaskar. Let's see how that goes. So start with the knees bending, arms lifting. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, bow forward over the legs. Hugging and lengthening, looking up. Inhale. Fingertips down, just the right foot back, drop at 45 degrees. Exhale. Stand up into warrior one as you inhale. So this is a little bit different. As you exhale, bend your elbows like cactus arms and lean back a little bit. Use your legs. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the arms straight up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, sink into that left knee and lean back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the arms, reach up. Exhale, bend the left knee, bend the elbows, and lean back. Take an inhale, just reach the arms up, palms touch, gaze up. Exhale, palms in, turn to the right, and bend the right knee as you push the left leg straight for that side lunge. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the left knee as you push the right leg straight. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Turn your feet to the back. Right foot is in front, left foot 45 degrees. Inhale, lift the arms. We're going to do this again. Exhale, bend the elbows like cactus arms, lean back. Inhale, straighten the right leg and lift the arms. Exhale, bend the right knee, bend the elbows, lean back. Again, inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms. One more time, bend the knee, bend the elbows, lean back. Stay here, inhale, lift the arms and look up. Exhale, bring the hands down, step to chaturanga or one-legged chaturanga or just high plank to up dog, all the way back to downward facing dog. Take a full, deep, spacious breath, bow the head, and reconnect. Touching just that aspiration, or if there's any uncertainty there, it's really just the environment of being interested in listening. That's really the heart of our intention or aspiration when we practice. All right, let's take a big breath in with the left leg reaching up. Inhale. Pull the left foot forward, place it between the hands, drop the right foot. Inhale, rise all the way up, lift the arms and look up. This time as you exhale, so it's warrior one, bring the right hand down, step the left foot back into side plank. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the left arm overhead, exhale, stay here. Another full breath, lengthening from the inside. One more exhale. And then as you inhale, that left foot steps back towards your right hand. And then exhale, rise, palms in, bend the right knee, push the left leg straight. Inhale, straighten the right leg, stand all the way up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, straighten the left leg, turn to the top. One more time, same thing. Just warrior one, inhale. And then exhale, left hand down for side plank. So stepping that right foot back, lifting the hips up, reaching the right arm overhead if you can. Find your breath here, the subtle qualities of the breath. Sound, sensation, movement. Another exhale. And then inhale, step your right foot towards your left hand. And exhale, step your left foot to meet your right foot, bow down. Come halfway up, lengthening, inhale. Bow all the way down, exhale. Let's bend the knees, lift the arms, inhale, Utkatasana. And then exhale back to Tadasana. Let's do one more. Inhale, bend the knees, and lift the arms and look up. Exhale, bow all the way down over the legs. Inhale, just lengthen, hugging and looking up. Exhale, fingertips down, drop the left foot, bend the right knee. So warrior one, inhale, rise all the way up. This time, exhale, hands behind your back. It's a little more familiar. Reach into the left foot, broaden the chest, look up, inhale. And then maybe you bow on the inside of your right leg, exhale. Stay here, take a breath. If there are moments of connection, of spaciousness, can you really savor those moments? Take another full breath, exhaling. Inhale, rise all the way up, lift the arms, look up. Exhale, palms in, turn to the left, bend the left knee, push the right leg straight. Inhale, stand back up to center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, stand back to center. Other side, same thing. So warrior one, left foot is in front, right foot 45 degrees. Lift the arms, look up, inhale. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, reach into the right foot, broaden the chest, look up, inhale. Exhale, bow down on the inside of the left leg. Find your breath, the subtle qualities of the breath. Sound, sensation, movement. Let's take one more exhale. And then inhale, rise all the way up, lift the arms, maybe look up. Exhale, hands down. So again, you have a vinyasa option. Could be one-legged chaturanga to up dog. Could be regular chaturanga to up dog, or just plank, up dog, down dog. Take a full deep breath. Another full inhale. Another full exhale. See if you can really let your head be heavy. Soften the face and throat. Let's take an inhale with the right leg, reaching up really, really high, reaching that right leg up. And then exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands, drop the left foot. Inhale, warrior one, all the way up. Exhale, left hand down, stepping into side plank. So right foot back, hips up, there we go. You can stay here and breathe. You might choose to add that exhale, dropping the hips, follow with the arm. Inhale, lifting up and over. Exhale, dropping the hips, following with the right arm. Inhale, lifting. Maybe one more breath, exhaling, dropping. Inhale, reaching over. And then exhale, let's step the right foot between the hands again. Inhale, rise to the center, turning to the left. Exhale, palms in, bend the left knee, push the right leg straight. Inhale, rise back to center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, stand back up one more time. Left foot in front, right foot 45 degrees. And lift the arms and look up. Inhale, that's warrior one. Exhale, right hand comes down, step back. So you stay here and breathe, or exhale, drop the hips, follow with the arm. Inhale, lift and reach all the way overhead. Exhale, drop down, follow with the arm. Inhale, lift and reach. Maybe one more. Exhale, dropping the hips, follow with the arm. Inhale, reaching overhead. And then exhale, step the left foot forward, right foot forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bow all the way down. Bend the knees, lift the arms. Inhale, reach up to Utkatasana. Exhale, come into Tadasana. All right, some familiar stuff here. Let's step wide, arms outstretched, inhale. We're gonna pivot our feet to the right, bend the right knee, and come into Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Could be right forearm to thigh, or right palm to the floor, left arm overhead. Reaching, lengthening through the left side, come back to your breath. Can you find the subtle qualities of the breath, the sound, the sensation, the movement? So it's challenging. Can you be fully engaged, but not rigid, fully engaged but spacious? Is that possible? Take another inhale. Exhale, left hand to left hip, look down at the right foot. Ardha Chandrasana. I like to scoot that left foot in a little bit and then press and lift off of that left leg into half moon. You can lift your left arm up if you wish. You might even like to bend your left knee, grab the big toe mound of the left foot, and then inhale, pull the shin back. Exhale, drive the foot back, broaden the chest. Take another full breath wherever you are. If you're bound, inhale, open it up. Exhale, touch the left hand to the hip and the foot all the way back down. Inhale, rise and straighten the arms, legs wide, feet parallel. Exhale, turn to the left and bend your left knee. So starting for extended side angle, maybe forearm to thigh, or palm to the outside of the left foot, and right arm overhead. Wherever you are, come back with your breath if you can. What would it feel like to embody in some way your aspiration, your intention, your reflection, your prayer for yourself right now? Take another full breath. Another exhale. One more inhale. And then bring that right hand to right hip, look down as you exhale. I'm going to heel toe my right foot in a little bit. Press and lift up into Ardha Chandrasana. Take a steady gaze, find your breath first. Okay, maybe you bend your knee and reach back with your hand to connect. Maybe you pull the shin back, the foot up, and open with an inhale and an exhale. Take another breath, and as you inhale, if your hand and foot are bound, open it up. And as you exhale, bring hand to hip, touch foot down. Inhale, rise all the way up to center, arms outstretched. And let's just fold over our wide legs to a wide-legged standing forward bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. So take a couple of breaths. See if you can bring your head down. Bring your hips up. And knit together the pubic bone, tailbone, sitting bones. So as you're breathing here, just going to describe with a little bit more detail some ways you can refine your inquiry in your body. So if you can feel the lifting of the hip creases, the deepening and lengthening of them, and then feel the knitting together of the sitting bones and dropping towards the heels. Find the right balance of those two actions. So as you knit and drop the sitting bones, there's no thickening of the creases at the tops of the thighs, and just direct that energy to the belly, the lifting and toning and lengthening of the belly. Let's take one more exhale. And then rise as you inhale, broaden the chest, and look up onto your fingertips. Pause, exhale. Let's slide the arms forward. Inhale, light on the fingertips. Exhale, left hand reaching to right leg, looking under right armpit. Keep feeling into that leg, hip, belly connection. Take another full exhale. Inhale, reach the left arm out to meet the right. And exhale, right arm reaching to the left leg. Breathing here. Still feeling into that leg, hip, belly connection. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, pause. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, stay there. Climb hands to hips. And inhale, stand all the way up. Let's step our feet together back to the top of our mat and pause. So I think for the last week or so, maybe a little bit longer, we've been trying out this balance pose that could become an arm balance. So let's try that again. So let's bring the palms together and let your gaze be steady. So you can really follow along and stop at any point along the way. Settle your gaze. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, right ankle to the left thigh and sit back. So this is where you begin. You can stay right here, however much you can sit back into the hip. If you're here, and you might stay here, and throughout the pose, explore that leg, hip, belly connection. So there's that deepening and lengthening of the hip creases as you drop the buttocks flesh and find that perfect balance between those two to feel more connected to your midline. If you're going to go further, outstretch your arms with your palms touching, and then start to turn to the left. So my right arm is sliding down the sole of my right foot. If you get beyond your elbows, bring your palms together and turn that into a prayer twist. Right? If that feels comfortable, place your hands to the floor or imagine it. Bend your right elbow to 90 degrees like chaturanga and lift your left leg. Take another full breath. Inhale. As you exhale, if that left leg is lifted, touch it down. And then let's all release the twist and the right knee. Inhale and foot down, arms down, exhale. Excellent. Let's try it on the other side. Palms together. Just inhale, exhale, pause. Steady gaze. Right? Feel some subtlety of the breath. Lift your left knee, inhale. Left ankle to right thigh, sit back, exhale. So this is where it begins, and it can stay right here. As you're deepening the hip creases, dropping the buttocks flesh, connecting more to midline, you might be able to sit back more. Maybe the arms reach forward, the palms touching as you inhale. Turn to the right. So left forearm is sliding down, left foot. If you get beyond your elbows, you can bend your elbows and turn this into a prayer twist. If that is easy, relatively easy, then you might consider palms to the floor, standing on the left upper arm, inhaling, pressing, and lifting the right leg. Take a full deep breath. Another inhale. Exhale, touch the right foot down if it's lifted. And then inhale, go ahead and rise. A victorious breath in, exiting the pose. Exhale. All right, let's just pause for a full deep breath. Inhale and exhale down into your feet. All right, let's take a bend in the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Inhale. So we're going to stay here with the legs. Reach through the arms up, inhale, and then just sink into the hips, bend the elbows like cactus arms and lean back as you exhale. Keep the legs hugging in, inhale, reach the arms up, look up, exhale, bend the elbows, lean back a little bit more. Again, inhale, reach up, exhale, bend the elbows, lean back. Again, reach up, inhale, stay here as you exhale. Stay here, hug the legs in, reach from the inside through the fingertips. Another full breath in, really just zipping everything back up to the midline. And then exhale, bow all the way down over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga or plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take the right leg, inhale it up and back. Really nice big reach with that leg. Bend the knee, roll the hip open as you exhale. See if you can really feel some length from the pit of the right knee up and back, the armpits, the fingertips forward. Take another inhale, stretch that right leg up, and then exhale, bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand and touch the left knee down. So you're in this low, wide lunge. Let's just feel a little more deeply with the breath. So as you feel your right foot and your left knee on the floor, you might, and it doesn't have to be a heavy left knee, it could be a very light touch with the knee. Just squeeze the legs together and draw in below the navel. When you do that, if your hip crease thickens or feels stuck, see if you can release the hip crease as you squeeze the legs and draw in below the navel. Take another breath, inhale. As you exhale, place your left forearm to the floor. Inhale, lift your left knee. Exhale, step your right foot back into forearm plank on the left side. Reach the right arm overhead, drawing in below navel, lengthening. One more inhale. And then exhale, right forearm down. Lift the hips up into dolphin, which is essentially down dog on the forearms. Inhale, exhale here. If you're somebody that's exploring a forearm balance, you could play with that here. And then take another full breath. If you're playing, you can come back. Maybe press evenly off of your elbows up onto your hands into downward dog. And exhale there. Let's do the other side. Left leg reaching up and back as you inhale. Just explore that space. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. So feeling space from the pit of the knee to the low belly, to the armpits, to the fingertips. As you inhale, reach that leg up and back. As you exhale, bring that left foot to the outside of the left hand and just a light touch of the right knee down if possible. And it's okay to keep it lifted, just either way. So just to feel, simply breathing, imagining that squeeze of the legs to feel your belly, your lift below your navel. But if you squeeze and lift, if the creases at the tops of your thighs get thickened, and you might notice that, or there's a tightening there, see if you can release that tightening as you squeeze and lift below navel. Just explore that. See what's possible. Take another expanding, spacious inhale, and then bring the right forearm to the floor as you exhale. Lift the right knee, inhale. Step the left foot back, exhale, into forearm plank on the right side. Hugging in, drawing in below navel, lengthening. Enjoy that. Take a full breath, inhale. And then exhale back to forearm plank. Inhale, walk the feet in for dolphin. And exhale, stay here. So again, you're welcome to explore coming up onto your forearms if that's interesting to you. Lifting your legs up, or you can stay where you are or rest. Take another breath, and then let's come back down. If you came up, come back down. Press evenly off of your hands, lift your elbows, reach through your arms to downward dog. One more thing from here. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Enjoy that reaching, reaching, reaching. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Inhale, reach the leg back. Exhale, bring the shin forward for pigeon. So we're bringing the right shin forward for pigeon. So we're going to apply the same kind of action in pigeon that we explored in the low lunge to whatever extent feels possible for you. So stay upright for a moment. Feel the legs squeeze together without tightening the hip creases. So without tightening there, just squeeze the legs and draw in below the navel so you have a little more space. Take an inhale, and then exhale, start to lengthen and bow over that right leg, really any amount coming into pigeon. If you need to do pigeon lying on your back, take the time for that. If you're facing down, see if you can touch your forehead to the floor or to the backs of your hands, or to your stacked fists. Let this be kind of a deep bow to your intention. So you're really turning inward, listening, honoring that reflection, that prayer that you have for yourself. Let's take another full exhale. So we're going to start to rise. Slowly, hands to the floor. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and as you inhale, reach that right leg up and back. So you have options here. We're going to exhale, bend the right knee and roll it open. You can stay right there, or touch the right foot down, spin the left toes back, lift the right hand up for a back bend. Opening up, reaching through the right fingertips. Find your gaze, find your breath. Take another full exhale. And then inhale, spin all the way back around, reach the right leg up, and exhale, downward facing dog. One more time on the other side, left leg up, inhale. Bend the knee, roll the hip open, exhale. Stretch the leg back, inhale. Pull the shin forward for pigeon as you exhale. So we're just making the invitation to be more subtle. So right here, before you fold forward, see if it's possible to imagine those legs squeezing together, just like we did in that lunge sequence at the very beginning. Squeezing together, lifting below the navel without feeling a tightening at the hip creases, right? So the hips can be spacious as the buttocks flesh drops and the belly draws in and the chest lifts. One more inhale. And then let's start to bow over our left leg if that feels appropriate or useful. Exhale. And somewhere that you can pause, soften, and breathe. So the practice, it requires uprightness, attentiveness, wakefulness. It requires that energy, but can we notice when there's resistance, rigidity, a sense of being closed up in some way, and it's not a problem, but we just notice it and see what's possible to soften. Let's take another full breath and exhale. And then starting to rise back up, just take your time starting to rise up. Let's tuck the right toes. You can even use a little squeeze of the legs to help lift and reach that right leg up and back. And then you have options. You can bend and just roll the hip open. You can touch the right foot down, spin the left toes back, lift the hips up, and reach with the left arm. Take a full breath. Another inhale, another exhale. And then use your inhalation to come all the way back and around. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, bow your head. Let's bring our shins forward, bottom down, and legs outstretched. So we're going to sit up in Dandasana for a few breaths. Just kind of reorienting to midline in case we lost any of that. So hugging legs, broadening chest, dropping chin. Deep lift below navel. You might explore right here. Can I knit together sitting bones, drop buttocks flush without losing depth in the hip creases? Direct that energy to the belly and up. Next time you inhale, start to reach for your toes and then exhale. It doesn't matter if you get your toes. Exhale back. Come back to your aspiration, your reflection, your prayer. Just asking that question really sets the attitude for practice. And everything goes, everything belongs. Take another full exhale. Let's inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, release the fold. And walk the hands back, walk the feet in. So hands are back behind you, fingertips pointing towards your bottom. Knees are bent, feet on the floor. We've been doing this the last few weeks in Power Flow, so it'll be familiar to some of you. We're going to inhale, lift into reverse table, and then exhale, swing the hips back through the arms, hover the bottom, press with the hands. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, deep lift in the belly, press with the hands as you swing. It's okay if your bottom hits the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swing back. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swing back. 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swing back. Maybe you pause for a moment, hover your legs. Exhale, lower down. Good. Let's just fold the right foot in to meet the left foot. I'm sorry, the right foot in to meet the left thigh. Janu Shirshasana. Interlace the hands on the left thigh. Take a breath in. So even here, legs are squeezing, hip creases are deepening, buttocks flesh is dropping. Exhale, start to lengthen and bow over your left leg and just enjoy a few breaths right here. Inhaling and exhaling. Turning inward as you bow, really just honoring your own journey, your own motivation, your own experience. Take another exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, release that right leg. Fold the left knee in. So again, there's this inhalation, squeezing, drawing, lengthening through the midline without losing space in the hips. Exhale, start to slide over the right leg as the belly lifts, and just bow to your leg and breathe. So this practice, the intention, the motivation, the experience is on one level deeply, deeply personal. But as we dip in, as we really arrive, there's a sense of knowing in a deep way that it's more than that it's a way of contacting aliveness in a way that is really wide open, expansive, universal, if you will. Let's take another exhale, just sensing that maybe there could be some resolution if there's any dissonance there. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rise. And release that left leg. Let's take a seated twist. So we're just going to fold the right foot in and then take the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Hug the right knee with the left arm. Right hand behind you. Inhale, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, rotate and look over the right shoulder. And even here, you can refine to whatever degree feels possible right now. So could you feel that deepening and lengthening of hip creases, dropping of buttocks flesh in such a way that there's really mostly just a lifting of the belly, not a tightening of the hips or a deep tucking of the tail. Take another exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, release the twist, outstretch the right leg. And same thing, other side. Let's fold the left foot in. Take it to the outside of the right leg. Hug the left knee with the right arm. Broaden the collarbones. Inhale. Rotate and look over the left shoulder as you exhale. Just breathing, listening, and sensing to whatever degree of subtlety feels possible right now. Let's take another full exhale here. Gazing forward, inhale. Releasing the twist, outstretching the left leg, exhale. So we're going to scoot our bottom towards our heels again, hands to the knees or shins. So actually, I'm going to place the heels of my hands onto my knees and push my arms straight, hug the legs together, draw in below the navel. You can stay right there or lift your legs. You could stay right there or straighten your legs, Navasana, breathing here. Drawing in, broadening the chest. Right? Find that length or that containing to the midline and then lengthening and expanding. Take another inhale here and then exhale, fold your legs. Inhale, roll forward, step to high plank. Maybe exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a full deep breath, lengthening inhale and exhale. We're going to touch our knees down. We're going to do a couple of back bends from our knees. Ustrasana camel pose. If you prefer to do a back bend lying down, now is your chance, 100% fine. You could lie down and do a couple of back bends there. If you're on your knees, hug your legs in, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, you might bring your hands to your glutes or your lower back, and then maybe slide down the backs of your thighs, maybe even reach for your heels. Hug in, draw in below navel, broaden the collarbones, maybe tip the head back. Settle your gaze and breathe. Take another full exhale. Hug with your legs as you inhale to rise all the way up. And exhale, pause. You might like to place your palms down and come into tabletop. You might like to stay upright. We're going to do that one more time, rising back up if you're on your knees. If you're on your back, another back bend from there. Hugging in with the legs, broadening the collarbones, lengthening. Inhale, exhale, starting to tip back any amount, maybe grabbing the heels, maybe tipping the head back. So wherever you are able to go and find that breath again. See what's possible. Inhale and exhale. What's possible by what I mean by that is what level of subtlety. Take another full exhale here, and then hug the legs in, rise up, inhale, and exhale, maybe palms down, maybe a little bit of movement. You might choose child's pose. You might choose downward facing dog. Just find a counter pose, and if you're on your back, you can just hug your knees in slowly, bow your head, and breathe. All right, so from wherever you are, let's come into child's pose and pause. So while you rest, I'm just going to give you a couple of options. We'll take a couple of minutes for an inverted pose right now. So I know for me, it's been a challenging class. Maybe it hasn't been for you. So you might just choose to put your legs up the wall. You could do any inversion or no inversion. Perhaps you just want to lie on your back, happy baby, maybe some reclined stretches. If there's an inversion you'd like to try or do that is safe for you to do at home where you are, take a minute or two to explore that. Okay, I'm going to come into Shirshasana, headstand, and stay for about 10 breaths, and then I'll remind you to come down and rest from whatever position you've chosen. So take some time to set up and maybe lift up. And just come into a position where you could potentially find your breath with some degree of subtlety, sound, sensation, movement. With your next few breaths, you might return to a resting position, whether it's child's pose or some other counter pose, or you might already be on your back. And if your legs are up the wall, of course, you could stay there. Let's just really rest and savor these next few breaths. Just pausing with a deep bow to the personal quality of intention, your prayer, your reflection, and also that universal space of aliveness that holds the intention, that nurtures it, that gives it depth and richness. Let's take another exhale. And then if you're in child's pose, let's rise. We're gonna lie down on our backs. Lie down on your back. Just roll all the way down if you're not there already. And hug your knees in. Hug your knees in and rock gently. Maybe circling the knees. Let's just do one last thing before we rest. So bring the shins parallel to the floor, the thighs perpendicular, and just squeeze the legs together gently. Draw down below the navel. Inhale and exhale. Soften that head and shoulders. I like to have my arms actually overhead, kind of in that cactus arms position. And then inhale, touch the right toes down to the floor. Exhale, squeeze the right leg up to meet the left leg, drawing deeply down below navel. Inhale, touch the left toe. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale, touch the right toes. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale, touch the left toes. Exhale, squeeze together. One more time on each side. Inhale, right toes touch. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, left toes touch. Exhale, squeeze. And then bring the knees in. Let them come as wide as the armpits. And just wrap your arms around your knees and draw them down towards the armpits. And as you take a few breaths here, just really let your head and shoulders be heavy. See if you can feel or imagine your hip creases deepening and lengthening as the buttocks flesh now actually lifts up to the ceiling and the navel draws down. So deep, long hip creases, lifted buttocks flesh, deep, heavy navel. Take another full exhale here. And then place your feet down. And let's transition into Shavasana. So you might keep your feet on the ground, touch your knees together. You might outstretch your legs any way that's comfortable for you to rest, please. So take some time to make that transition. As you do, there might be some deep breaths, just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Just resting. You're going to rest for a few minutes. So you're welcome to close your eyes. The back of the head, the backs of the shoulders be heavy. Backs of the legs, belly just really receiving connection to the earth. That felt sense of connection and expansion. Really an expression of unity, of wholeness. That includes everything. Everything belongs. Everything belongs, this breath, this body, this present moment experience, whatever it is. Waves of resistance, tightness, tension that arise, just noticing, including waves of spaciousness, sweetness, softness, noticing and including as well. As you find your next few breaths, you might let your arms reach overhead, your knees draw into your chest, and just roll to one side for a moment. And pause if you can. As you pause on your side or wherever you are right now, if there's part of you that touched that really spacious, wide open awareness, that really that universal quality of our present moment experience, you might begin the process of contacting an intention or a prayer or a reflection for the world, right? For all beings. Maybe just expanding that heart space outward in some way that resonates for you. And as you take your next few breaths, just rise and take your seat. And we'll just sit for another moment here together. You're welcome to have your eyes closed or your eyes open. And again, just if there's an aspiration, a prayer, a reflection inside you that wants to be expressed outwardly in some way, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others, you might really savor that for a moment. Feel into that. Maybe you're just listening, continuing to listen. Namaste. Thanks for showing up. It's always fine to